Hey everybody, Mike here. So on the bench today, I've got a new jump start pack that was sent to me. This is sent to me by LokiThor. What I've got here on this table is a jump starter that's a 4-in-1, and then this box here is the case that this unit will go in. Let's get these out of the box real quick. We'll go over these. They were sent to me to try out and test, and in return, I'll just give a review on this and let you guys know what I think about it. Now this comes just like you see here, just the unit only, or you can get the bundle, and the bundle will come with the case that way. Now this does come with a little storage bag, so you don't need this case here. I like the idea of having a hard case though. I wanted to go ahead and opt for that as an option. And the reason I say that is because I'm gonna be storing this in the toolbox that's in the bed of my pickup, and I wanted just a little bit more protection for the unit. But here's the little bag that this comes with that you can store all your accessories and the unit in. And then here's your unit itself. It comes very nicely packaged in the box, these nice little foam inserts. So you shouldn't have any problems with any kind of damage while it's being transported and shipped to you. There's your unit. And this box here should be all of our accessories that go with this unit. And it's also got its own nice little carrying bag. So you can store everything in this bag as well, and then put everything in the bigger bag should you choose to do so. And then in this box here, let's go get this open too, get this out of the way. So this box, all you have is just your hard shell case that you see here. Get this thing opened up. Now this isn't a completely hard case. It's got a hard structure to it, but it's not hard plastic. Now inside here, all you've got here is a space for the unit to stash like that. And that is like a glove fit. That fits very nicely in there. And then in this top portion here, you unzip this like this. You can just put all this stuff here in the storage compartment. Shut her up, and you're good to go. You can zip this thing up like so. Now you can store that wherever you feel like you need it to be. Now, as I said, this is a 4-in-1 unit. So what you get here with this is this braided hose here, which will connect to the side port right here. And that's going to give you your air compressor. So there's our first feature. And we'll look at that here in just a second. You get a USB-A to USB-C cord. So on the front side here, you do have a USB-C input. That's to charge the unit itself. It takes about 4 to 8 hours to charge this thing, depending on how dead the battery is. And then the USB-A is an output, so you can charge any of your tablets, phones, you name it, all from that USB-A. That is a quick charge port as well. And then this side here is where your jumper cables will slide into. Once you slide this here into the front of the unit, it can only go in one way. So now that's in there like that. Now when you hook these up to the vehicle, obviously red to red, black to black, this is going to show you a digital readout here as to what the voltage is on the current battery. This is for a 12-volt system. It is rated to be able to start up to an 8.5 liter gas engine and a 6.5 liter diesel engine. And it should be good for somewhere around 50 starts, depending on how long you're cranking on that vehicle and draining this battery down. But if you're just needing just a little bit of bump or a little bit of juice, you should get the 50 starts out of this, no problems, what they advertise. And we're going to unplug these here for just a second. We can go over the rest of the features. Now this also on the end here has a light. This is a 300 lumen light. So if you push that button here on the side and hold, your light illuminates, it's steady lit. Push it again, you get your strobe, and then one more time gives you an SOS pattern. One more time turns the light off. There's your 4 features that this thing's got built into it. You got your jump starter, your air inflator, your power battery bank for charging devices, and your light on the end. That's a nice carrying handle. It's got the feet on the bottom here, so when you're running the air compressor, it's got some vibration dampening going on while it's doing that. Now let's go ahead and run through a couple things real quick. I want to go ahead and plug in this USB charger. We'll show you that this thing does in fact charge a device. So if we plug that here into the side like so, plug that dude into the side of our iPad, and then we hit our power button. It is showing USB, and now we're charging, so this thing will charge this iPad up, no problem at all. So there's feature number 1. After you're fully charged, this unit can be stored for up to 36 months on standby. It's got a very, very small discharge over that time frame, so you can kind of rest assured that this thing's going to stay fully charged no matter how long it goes between times when you need it. And if you're that worried about it, you can always take this thing out of the vehicle, out of your garage once a year, throw it on the charger, make sure it's topped off, and then throw it back in its storage location. Now when it comes to safety on this thing, it does have an intelligent feature built into it. It is spark proof. It's got an operating temperature, depending on where you live in the country, of down to -4 degrees and up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So you should be, unless you're in one of those very northern states on a very cold day, that'd be the only time I could really see this thing not working for you the way it was designed to be used. Now, as I said with the air compressor earlier, you can hook this thing up. This will actually air up a tire to, I believe it's 150 PSI. Very few people are actually going to need that kind of working pressure. This is kind of really just designed to be something that you use in an emergency situation anyway. If you've got just a standard passenger car with just your basic factory tires on it, you should be able to air your tire up from flat in about 10 minutes. Now, if you've got big monster truck mud tires on your truck like I do, I've got 35-inch tires on my vehicle. If I was trying to charge charge that up from flat. It's probably going to take quite some time. I'm not 100% sure it could get through the whole tire, but it might get me down the road, at least get me to safety to where I can get off the highway or on an off-ramp, something of that nature. Now, the other nice thing about this is you can not just air up car and truck tires, you can also air up like basketball, soccer balls. So it's got a little needle in there for that. And then it's got the other inflators for like, beach balls, volleyballs, air mattresses. Then you could also try to air up like bike tires as well. And what's neat about that too is when you plug that in, if you come over here and hit the power button and get that set, you can pick between bar and PSI. In our area of the country, we use PSI. You can hit the up and down arrows to select which PSI setting you want that to be at. So if you're like a car tire, you're looking probably maybe 35, 40 PSI, all the way down to like maybe a bike tire, you might be sitting around 30, 40 PSI, just what kind of bike that is. And then your basketballs are like 8 PSI. That way you don't risk overinflating or underinflating the type of tire or ball you're trying to air up. Once you get that PSI that you want, hit your pump button, hold it. Your pump will kick on, it'll measure through the pressure as it's going, and then as soon as it gets to the pressure that you designated, it'll shut itself off. So you technically could walk away from this thing if you needed to go do something or get back in the car to get warm, and then as soon as it stops running, disconnect it and you're back off and ready to go again. Now my overall initial impressions of this thing, because I don't really have a lot of time spent with it yet, this is going to be an extremely handy little thing to keep with me at all times. It essentially does most everything that a standard set of jumper cables has done over the years. The only difference is now you can do it by yourself. You don't need that second vehicle. So if you're out in a really remote area or in a parking lot and there's just nobody around you, or let's face it, people these days aren't always the most helpful. Now you can just grab this out of where you've got this thing stored, hook it up yourself, and you're back down the road again. Get where you need to go until you can get your battery replaced or whatever the situation might be. And then having this air compressor built in here with the flashlight on the end, those are just added bonuses. That's all I've really got for you today on this review. I'm extremely impressed with this little LokiThor Jump Starter air inflator 4-in-1 deal. I think this thing's going to be a valuable asset to me and my truck and all my farm operations that I've got to deal with. Especially it comes with that pesky tractor of mine where it seems like it just has its days where it doesn't want to start. This thing's going to come in clutch. That's all I've got for you on this review today, guys. I appreciate you watching. We will catch you on the next one.